Interesting question, Mad Revival. How would you recommend a new DayZ streamer to grow, considering it's quite saturated market as is gaming as a whole on Twitch? First off, Mad Revival, I don't think it's any easier or harder now than it was in 2015 when I started. And that might be really broad, and I might be really blinkered, and you probably will disagree. But the reality is, when I started in 2015, Sacriel was playing the game, and Mr. Moon was playing the game, and Jamjar was, and Kiwo was, and Mr. Blackout was, and Podado was, and Loyal Patriot was, and I think Minder was nearly partnered, and there was just as much competition back then, but there was way less viewers. You know, Twitch was much smaller. The market is the market, so Twitch in 2015 had just as much competition, and it was just as hard to start as it is now. You know, I used to watch Smack. Someone just mentioned Smack. I didn't even mention him just now. There was also Shrooms and way more. There was loads of creators playing DayZ then that don't now. Deadly Slob and many, many others. So it was really hard to grow then, just the same as now. But there was a lot less people playing DayZ, and it was a lot less popular as a game, and Twitch was less popular, so the number of streamers matches the number of viewers, in effect, you know. It is hard, Twitch, but it was hard in 2015, the same as it is now. And there's very few people on Twitch that make it, that do it like Smoke did, which is start streaming and gradually grow because you're an awesome dude with an epic eye for a game, eye for a shot, and an adventure, you know. Very few people grow from Twitch streaming like Smoke did. Most people that grow on Twitch started on another platform and came to Twitch. So I did YouTube. I started in July of 2014. I didn't stream at all until March 2015. So when I first started streaming on Twitch, I had 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I'd learnt to edit. I'd put my time in. I'd spent 8, 9, 10 months editing and learning the game and learning stuff. And then I started streaming. And even then I only streamed like... I think I streamed in the January, actually, but I streamed like once every 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. And then at the end of April 2015, I started streaming 3 times a week. And I made it more of a common thing, and it went really well. But when I started streaming 3 times a week, I was already getting 20 viewers, maybe 30 viewers sometimes. And that was the thing that really helped me. If you want to grow on any platform, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, you need to grow from outside of the source. So I see a lot of people saying, and it's regurgitated from Devon Nash, like I hear the phrase, Twitch doesn't have an algorithm, it's a kingmaker, so if you're the most popular streamer on the platform, you'll keep growing and you'll be the most popular. And there are elements of truth to that, but Twitch is a live platform and YouTube is a search engine, you know, so Twitch isn't a kingmaker. It didn't make a king, it didn't make SQC a king or Shroud a king. Shroud made Shroud a king, you know, it didn't take anyone else to do it. Shroud did it, you know. The streamer that grows on Twitch grew because of what they do and a little bit of luck along the way and stuff as well. But they didn't get made a king by Twitch. That's absolute bullshit. They did it themselves, you know. That, like, I don't know, Summit didn't get to be Summit through blind luck, you know. It wasn't just blind luck. Summit got to be Summit because of Summit and Twitch and other things. But if you're starting on Twitch now, you need to be driving people here from other places. If you start just from Twitch and you stream for 3 or 4 times a week, you could be here for 3 months and you might still only have 8 follows, you know. It's really, really hard.
Better than a podcast.
So the only way to grow is to drive people from other platforms. By the way, this might end up making it to YouTube. It just feels a bit like a bit of a how to grow type thing. Maybe it'll go to YouTube. I doubt it, but... So, if you want to start on YouTube today, and you want to make edited videos, if you release a video today and it's 10 minutes long, it's short, it's sharp, it's snappy, it's edited, you can release that video, and for the next 3 years, people can be searching for videos, and they might find it, you know. You could make a video over the latest gun that's just been released, or a new section of the map, or answering a question that people might have in the game. And the search engine that is YouTube will maybe make you you'll be found, and you might grow a subscriber. You might make a video today that gets you subscribers in 2 years' time, you know. Being a search engine allows you to grow. But the other thing that happens growing on YouTube is you can go to areas where there are like-minded people, like forums, for example, and share your footage. If you're interested in any topic on the planet, whether it be a particular game or a particular hobby, if you're into airsoft, you can go to airsoft websites and forums, and you go to those forums, there'll be a section where people are sharing their videos. Hello. Sorry, I'm deep into a big conversation with myself. I've got to go.
Do you want some powdered milk?
I don't want anything. I'm too busy right now. Sorry. I think that was Muller. Hello, Muller. I hope you're well. It might not have been, but it sounded like him. But yeah, if you go to a forum, you can share your video. You're like, if you go to the DayZ forum or the DayZ Reddit and say, "Hi DayZ Redditors, I'm streaming on Twitch. Come and watch me now. I can't give you a reason, but I just want some fucking viewers." You know, you're not going to get any viewers, right? But if you go to the DayZ Reddit and say, "Hi, I played the game for 6 hours and I spent 6 hours editing a video." Everything's a 6 these days, and now I've made this 6-minute video that's edited. And I've pre-prepared it and it's bite-sized and I've put some time in. Would you mind having a look? You know, people are more likely to go with that because your effort has come in before they're clicking, you know. If you're just asking someone to randomly watch your stream and giving them no reason, it looks like you're just spamming them and you're desperate for views. But if you're sharing a DayZ video with like-minded people, some are going to accuse you of spamming and some are going to get annoyed, but most are going to think, "Well, that's not for me, I'm not going to bother." And a few will watch it. And because of that fact, and because you're putting the carrot in front of the donkey, or in this case a DayZ Redditor, rather than trying to whip them into watching your stream, which doesn't work, you can gain some traction, you can gain some viewers, you can grow a little bit on YouTube. You can also stream on YouTube, and there's a lot of people saying that if you want to start streaming, maybe it's better to start streaming on YouTube and then maybe gravitate to Twitch. But I don't think streaming on YouTube is any better. YouTube is much better for video content, so if you want to grow, the honest truth, and this is a very long way about it, is you can't just start on the platform and expect to grow. It hardly ever happens. It hardly ever happens. So Devon Nash's figure on it, he's a YouTuber that makes a lot of videos. He also runs agencies and he's an agent for a lot of big Twitch streamers. And he's been a Twitch streamer himself. He does know what he's talking about. But his ratio is that for every 10,000 people that start streaming, only 5 will make it. To maybe have like 100 viewers. Maybe they'll make it to partnership, right? Not to it being a full-time job where they're going to have sponsors and do amazingly well, but make it to a point where they've maybe got a tick symbol and 100 views, you know. Not many people do it. 1 in 2,000 people might do that. I'm now red thirst as well, and I just ran past the well. We're doing well. Anyway, enough about DayZ. Let's carry on with the thing. So it's incredibly hard to grow off your own back in that way. It can be done, but you've got to be incredibly unique and you've got to do something incredibly different, because very few people are down at the bottom on people with 1 view and trying to start a snowball that starts from the top of the mountain as a speck of dust and ends at the bottom as a great big fucking avalanche is really hard when you're at the top of the mountain, but you're actually not. You're at the bottom of the ocean, and the top of the mountain is the biggest people that have been doing the same content for years before, you know. You have to drive people to you, and whether it was now, and the market is oversaturated now, and it's so much harder. I'm afraid that's an excuse. That's an excuse to put in front of you before you start, because it's just the same now as it was then. There are a lot more viewers, but there's also more streamers. It's just as hard now as it was then, and it's just the same now as it was then. A lot of people are so quick to say, "Oh, there's an algorithm." There's no algorithm. It's just not fair. Twitch is a kingmaker. Twitch is a live platform. What Twitch wants to do is take you, "Oh, I want to watch a DayZ stream. I don't know who to watch. Who should I watch?" It wants to recommend you the people that hold the audience. So if somebody's streaming DayZ with 3,000 viewers and they've been doing it 6 years, chances are if they share that person, you might think, "Oh, okay, this is cool. He's talking absolute bullshit. I'm not interested in YouTube views. I'm going somewhere else that's talking about DayZ," you know. But the point is, YouTube doesn't need an algorithm. It just needs to share with you the people that have already risen to the top, because that's a good thing to start recommending to somebody that doesn't know who to watch. Whereas YouTube, being a search engine, needs to recommend something that you're particularly asking for. Not many people just go to YouTube and just spam Escape from Tarkov, you know. They'll go to YouTube and spam Escape from Tarkov best M4 loadout, you know, and then they'll go and find the thing that they're looking for, right? YouTube is not, Twitch is not an algorithm. Twitch is a live streaming platform. And it needs to share with you the people that hold the audience for the platform. That's the way it works. So yeah, long and short. But at the end of the day, if you want to grow on Twitch, you need to drive your viewers when you start from elsewhere. And it was the same in 2015 when I started as it is now. And it is possible. Look at Twitch. You know, Sour Sweet is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. He's only been streaming just over a year, but guess what? He did YouTube for fucking ages before he started streaming on Twitch. You know. He's put a lot of effort in. He's done. What he's not done is gone and seen a streamer with a few thousand views, with a few thousand subs, going, "Fucking hell, I'd like to do this." Why has he got food in his bag and he's not eating it? He's started on YouTube and he's worked at editing, he's learnt something and he's grown his own channel and he's grown his own views and he's brought that viewer base to Twitch and he's grown some here too, you know, and he's done great and well deserved.
And the content keeps getting better.
And other people have done that too. In recent enough years, you've had people like Lax and Ben Fruit and one or two others, you know, that they've been around a while, but they've started and they've grown, you know. It's not easy to grow into the space, but there is a market. There's a market for new streamers, but you have to offer something different or grow your little start from elsewhere first. And that's how you grow, you know. And that's what I did. So I did exactly what I've just laid out for you. I started on YouTube. I was playing DayZ, and I had some buddies that were playing DayZ, and one or two of them, then Apsin and I Am Zanny, I remember in particular. They may still, well, I don't think Apsin does, but Azani still uploads to YouTube now, but I'd be playing with those guys, and we'd play DayZ like on a Friday night, and then maybe I'd play on a Tuesday afternoon when I was off or whatever, and I'd see them on the Friday night. I'd tell them this story about the game experience I'd have, and they'd be like, why didn't you record it? You should put it to YouTube. We could watch it as well, you know. I was like, I don't want to do that. Maybe I could be a streamer, but I don't want to do that. And then I just thought, oh, sod it, I'll give it a try. And I got hooked. I got really addicted to learning a little bit about editing and the interaction that it bred with viewers as they came into my videos, you know. And I kind of fell into streaming and fell into here. I didn't plan it that way or anything, but that's normally the way it is. I don't think many streamers plan to be a full-time streamer. They just kind of fall into it when they gain a little bit of traction, you know. There's a few people that maybe, like some people will say, oh, you just stream snipe a big streamer and then you'll grow, or you stream stalk a big streamer and then you grow. But that doesn't normally work, you know. An example of that would be Mr. Moon on YouTube, you know. There's a lot of rumours, and to be honest, there was an interview he did, I think on Boydie's channel years ago, where he was asked if he'd stream sniped Tom Syndicate. And he didn't exactly deny it. Let's just put it that way. It's a bit ambiguous. He didn't exactly deny it, you know. And Mr. Moon, when he started on YouTube, after he'd met Tom Syndicate, who at the time was absolutely massive, right? He'd met him in game and he'd played the character Mr. Moon and he was fucking hilarious. And everybody that was watching Syndicate loved Mr. Moon. So when Mr. Moon released a video, he had like 5,000 subs in a week on YouTube. Now that took me 10 months and it took Mr. Moon a week. And a lot of people would say, oh, he just maybe he stream stalked Tom Syndicate. Maybe he didn't, I don't know, but he grew really quick. He did grow really quick in a week, but he also was a very well prepared editor. He was doing editing for a job, I believe. I don't know Mr. Moon, but he had already done all the learning. He didn't have to spend 10 months learning all the basics. He already knew it all, you know. He'd already done it all. He was already talented. By the time he'd been making videos for 10 months, he was making some of the best videos that had been around in DayZ. When I'd been making videos for 10 months, they were dog shit, you know. They were not good, you know. They were nowhere near on that level. They're probably not even now, you know, but so the only way to grow is to learn and drive your viewership from YouTube and then cross it over to Twitch. And that's it. That's the honest truth. If you start on Twitch today and you stream 5 days a week, you can wait another year and you'll probably be getting frustrated. And unfortunately, that's what happens. People bang their head against that wall, and when it doesn't work out, they start getting a little bit frustrated. Some people it works out for, and great, and not everybody's trying to be really successful either, you know. Some people are just happy to keep it as a hobby and they're not too concerned, and that's fine. But if you've got real aspirations to grow, then you can't just carry on turning up, going live and hoping. You've got to... Even now, I'm doing the best I can to release a video every week. I've never stopped. As long as I've been a streamer, there have been times 3-4 years ago where my income was Twitch and YouTube was my problem, you know. Making videos for YouTube was costing me money because my living, my mortgage was being paid for by Twitch. And I was having to take time away from Twitch to edit a video. But I never stopped. I've done YouTube for 8 years, and that's because it's blatantly obvious that if you keep making YouTube videos, you're finding new people on a search engine that will then come and find you on a platform that's harder to grow on, you know. Like, I've never stopped. And that's the way to go, you know. A lot of people that did YouTube switched to Twitch and then stopped YouTube kind of stopped growing as well, you know. It's really hard to maintain if you don't do both. And that's enough spiel. I think that's so how you want to grow on Twitch, you can't do it on Twitch, probably. That's how to do it. So if this goes to YouTube, sorry for the waffle. Thanks for watching. I'm not Devon Nash. Goodbye. Love you, bye. The end.